In fact, the Master of the Rolls only became head of... Lord Denning, whom you all have heard of, was not head of civil justice. But in 2003, under the Courts Act, the Master of the Rolls was made head of civil justice, which is only 20 years ago, although the Master of the Rolls had some responsibility for civil justice, although how far down the court system it went before the formal entrenchment of his responsibility in the Courts Act and then in the Constitutional Reform Act in 2005. So really, I'm standing here as somebody who's been in charge of civil justice for 20 years, not 800 years. That's a disappointment to you all. Now, is it therefore important for you to create such an office in Cyprus? I would say completely not. It's a hybrid role. It's a very English set of responsibilities. Even in this country, nobody has any understanding of it. Nobody's ever written a book about it. That will be put right if I live that long. But the truth is, no, you don't need such a hybrid role. Do you need a head of civil justice? Yes, most certainly you do. You need a judge who is going to be in charge of civil justice, who is responsible for clearing your backlogs and responsible for the process by which you digitize your justice system. And I emphasize that that is absolutely critical for the future. Just so you know, in addition to all the other jobs I have, and I have lots that I'm not going to tell you about, I was in charge over 7 centuries, person holding the role of the House for Converted Jews. That was a very useful role for the Master of the Rolls to undertake from right at the beginning. And that was at the same time as Edward I expelled all the Jews from England and Wales. And that role survived, by the way, until 1873, when Sir George Jessel was Master of the Rolls. And he put his hand up to the Lord Chancellor and said, hang on, I'm Jewish. I don't think I should be in charge of converting Jews. And then they decided that that was perhaps not a good idea for the Master of the Rolls. But in addition to my current roles, I'm chairman of the Civil Procedure Rules Committee, I'm chairman of the Civil Justice Council, and I'm now, most importantly for all these discussions we're going to have about digitization, chairman of the Online Procedure Rules Committee, which I urge you to consider creating in Cyprus, because that is going to be the instrument, the engine by which we create a completely new type of justice in this country. And that's what you should be doing.